Hey, this is two for three now. um, yes, now my line's stable again. I don't know. They might be working on the grid or some shit, but this is the second time I've gone down. Again, I guess I better tell everybody if we go down again, I'm probably not going to bounce back today. I got a lot to do, and I've got to attend to some things. Yes, I'm wearing black from head to toe. This dress goes to the floor, and I will be mourning him for some time in wearing black. I have a lot of black clothes. I am not a young woman. Been to quite a few things that required black attire. If there is anyone again that sees me that does have the power to reach out, that I mean has the viewing, has the millions, Joe Rogan, well, I can't think of the others at the moment. But maybe you guys could talk to each other, me, any of us, and maybe make a time period, maybe over the weekend, for us to all go online at the same hour, if we can. So what I mind is, um, in honor of Charlie Kirk. I hope that someone can do that. I can't. I don't have a phone line to Joe Rogan or uh, well, whoever. I can't think of anybody. AJ, I love AJ. Fish is my buddy. I love that guy. But all of you who do have these audiences, how about trying to set us a time so that we can all go online at the same time in honor of Charlie Kirk? Mm. And I don't mean as a eulogy. I don't mean as a statement. I mean as respect. And I mean love. He'll feel that. He would always feel all of us. And I think it would also maybe show this world, and it should be worldwide, because Sky News is in there, Australia, Israel. Um, if only we could maybe pick a time that those of us who wanted to or do small podcasts, whatever, we could do the same time frame. And I think that would go fairly well. I don't know. If mine will work, because mine's cut, my feed's cut twice. So if it gets cut down, just no, I'm not going to be coming back. I've put in quite a lot today. Um, I really don't. I don't have too many other questions about that. They're being answered now by the FBI, and hopefully they'll send that on through to us. Um, Air Force Two has brought them in. Yeah, my husband's being silly in the kitchen. We have half the doorway blocked, but we have the other half up, like Mr. Ed, the talking horse. Yeah, so he likes to come through and do that. But he helps me get back online, so he gets to play every once in a while, Ty. And he brings me my fireballs. And I love these things because believe me, I throw an ice cube in my whichever one I'm going to wear. I don't always use this one. I have a ton of them, and I try to use one in a different stemware every day. Although they're off camera, I actually use a very small area to broadcast from. You're seeing a little bit of the back of my living room, and I have 2 dozen roses up there that he bought me. The red kind of blends into the gray of the cushions of the couch, but that's okay too. But if anybody's going to do that, do please let as many of us know that you can. I believe that we'll all be paying tribute to Charlie, uh, probably Sunday, maybe Monday for him being laid to rest. And I think it was well done of President Trump. I know it was well done from the Vice President J.D. Vance and his wife, Usha. And they have small children too. And well, they have three, but they have small children too. But it's nice for me to know that the family is with her, and that Charlie Kirk was so well loved that the vice president, his wife, escorted his body home in Air Force Two. and that President Trump was the one who told us, he broke the story, who told us, now right behind it, that Charlie had passed over. And it was very well done of him. It was very well done of him. And it was very well done, and is still being very well done by, and I'm gratified to see this, because I actually said I did not know of his political affiliations. I just thought he was great. Prove me wrong. I loved that. And he was always right. But to see the leaders of the United States, who I now understand he's been with many times. I've seen the photos and videos, and I'm glad to see that. And I'm glad to see that they are standing with his wife and children and making sure that the processes are done smoothly, so she doesn't have so much that she has to do, and that they're standing there with her. They're keeping her upright. It's just, I can't get over the fact that Charlie's parents were there, his kids were there, his wife was there. My God. And we really, I actually thought, when I knew this, I actually thought of October 7th and what was done, and the survivors that saw this, and the ones that went in and did their best to get the bodies. And it's enough. We're all fucking earthlings. We're human. Watch Paul. That's a fucking funny movie about the little E.T. man. He's funny as shit. We're humans. We're earthlings. It doesn't matter whether they're from Somalia and in their Congress, even though they hate the United States and thinks the United States is really dirty. Yeah, I heard that, bitch. I can say that shit. I don't give a fuck. I kind of like Cat Williams on that one. Fuck you. That's also why I love this medium. And I'm asking those who see me, hit the like, hit the share, subscribe. You can cancel it in 3 seconds. It's not hard. Even I can do it. I'm surprised I can get on my feet. So I'm surprised I was able to get back twice. My cigars. I quit smoking, so I'm cheating. My husband gets my little whiskey shots for me, and I ran into a friend here at the bar one day, and he pulled one out. I was like, "Oh my God, can I try that?" Because I haven't seen any since I left Europe. I used to get mine from France, and of course, as soon as I took one, I was like, "Robert," my husband's Robert. Okay, baby, okay. He went right on out and got me some and came back. He's a great guy. And yes, like every other marriage, there are times when you just want to, slap the bitch off him. So he's very good. He's been with me a long time. He just gets quiet. And what was it they said? Some friends were here and I got mad at him for something. They said, "We didn't know you could go ghetto." I was like, "I'm from Chicago. Trust me, I can do ghetto." And I don't play fair. I'm a 5'2" woman and I'm an old woman. I don't play fair. No. And when I pull a weapon, you already know before you see me, because you're going to see them red dots. I don't have to see well. All I got to do is follow that dot and fuck your world up. So make right with your maker before you fuck with me. And by the way, I don't know if anybody noticed it, but I was trying to count how many hours it would take before they went to saying they needed our guns. What took place in Tel Aviv was Jerusalem, the last terrorist attack on the bus. They had a soldier on the bus. He was armed. There was a civilian on the bus, and he was actually armed. And that's why those two were killed. And only 11 people died, or was it? I think 11 died. The 11th died at the hospital. But that's why. God knows they would have killed maybe 100. They were using AKs. They had AK-47s, for God's sake. The other thing I want to say, all of you, in the sound of my voice, which can be Tel Aviv, get a flaming weapon. If you can't get to the range every week or so, dry fire. Get used to the firearm. Take it apart, clean it, put it back together. Do that constantly because the life you save may not just be your own. Had I been on that train and I had seen him, I could have killed him, and the little girl might have lived. And that's why I wanted to touch on that subject because they want our weapons. And if they take our weapons, we are Charlie Kirk and the young girl who died on that train. We were being attacked by somebody we can't see, whether they use a machete, a bus, an RV. If they want to kill you, they're fucking gonna kill you. So just maybe, if you have a fucking weapon, you can stop the killing right then. I carry. I keep it under my fucking pillow. I kid you not. I'm an Army veteran. We keep our weapons in hands reach. Always. They're always primed. I just have to kick off my safety and I will fuck you up. I will start at your knees and stop at your head because you want to come in and steal from retired old people. Yes, I will make you hurt before you're dead. 3 or 4 shots don't take but a second or two. And if you were standing there on that bus and that person stood up to shoot you in the face, and the man who is a civilian was able to get off a shot and saved your ass, the first fucking thing you should do is get to a place and legally obtain a weapon because that man saved a lot of lives that day. A lot of lives. And I carry mine. You can get a concealed carry permit in most of the United States, and you can also get a permit to carry openly. This is why you will see signs on particular places that they won't let you in with a weapon. And I carry mine openly, generally. It's like the Wild Wild West with me. I used to see some of the pictures my husband has. I look like a badass. I'm 5'2". I mean, I got a shotgun, a rifle. That's why we put those sights on. A red dot. Fuck you. I don't need the glasses. I hope it's dark because I know my house. I could crawl through my house all day long and not be able to see a thing. And I know right where the fuck I am. I make sure of that. This is the longest I've ever lived in one place, I gotta say. I was always going, going, going. So I stayed here because I had a surprise of a second grandchild. And we decided in our 50s that we would stay. And it's been a glorious time. And I must admit, I'm surprised I'm still here. When I worked in D.C., I had a senator, I won't say his name, and we used to go to Watergate for drinks when Watergate was still there. I understand they blew that up about a decade ago, assholes. So, it'd be the two martini and Valiant lunch, and it really was. And he used to tell me all the time, "You need to get out of D.C. You're gonna get shot." I was like, "Oh fuck it, give me a drink." He might have been right. I had to stay in D.C. that long. I stayed long enough to really, but he might have been right. Um, I see that that's exactly what's happening here. I'm trying to laugh instead of cry because it's not going to be any good to sit here and weep anymore. I did break a few times. I admit that, but that's to be expected. It's to be expected. And I am praying for his family. Once again, I admire everyone that has given so many beautiful eulogies, run a lot of clips, and did a lot of things to show us. It's even more Charlie Kirk that I didn't even know. It never even occurred to me uh, that he was in politics, kind of, sort of, with the youth. And the kids loved him. And President Trump was on Fox and Friends this morning, and they asked him, what did Barron think of it all? And Barron is just as upset as the rest of us. I say the rest of us, we don't know. I saw people that I would love to see face to face on, I don't know, TikTok, Instagram, going, yay, we got. And I can't even repeat what they were saying. It was so low. It was so you're going to hell kind of shit that I can't even repeat it. And they are. Most of those people will need to have, they'll look up to see hell. There's something else I'm praying for. See, I forgot to put, guys, I do that all the time when I'm having trouble like this. And I call it my rolling podcast because it'll just stop. Stream stopped. I'm like, I didn't do that. So I'm trying to adjust my time here. I'm trying not to take more than an hour of people's time today. Not that I'm probably taking anybody's time, but if possible, for those who had 3 or 4 million fans that they're getting to, or the 14 million like Joe Rogan and them, maybe you could get together and say what time you're going to go on the air, and so that the rest of us, we podcast, maybe we could join this movement. I think there should be a movement of all podcasters, whether they're like me and they have one viewer a month, or they're like Joe Rogan with 50 million at a time. Like I say, he was talking to Charlie Sheen on the 10th when this happened. And it hit all of us pretty hard, except apparently those who are on the fake news is what I'll even call it. When you could stand there and say shit like the boy deserved it because he was divisive. Those are the kind of people I really want to visit. But they frown on that, so can't do that either. But I do know there's some of us out here. Cheers. Oh, that's good. I have to get off. Been past my time if I add them all up. If you see me wearing the same thing, there was 3 different broadcasts because my shit kept fucking up. And yeah, that's probably my stiffener talking. It's time to show the world what love is. I have that plane behind me. It's time to show everybody what love is. Let's get the bastards. Let's hang them high. Let's let the other bastards coming down the line that we are going to show you what love is. You go talk to God. You give it time to give it. We give you time. You need to try to get right with God. But the rest of us are right with God and each other. It's time to unite against these bastards. 2 attempts on the president. Now Charlie killed. And they're saying it's for political reasons, which, again, at the time I was shocked to hear. He was just a great guy, and on college campuses, prove me wrong. I watched his podcast, and I did not connect those dots that he would be helping. But I knew that President Trump won because he was on the podcast. He did a good damn job. He's funny as hell. I don't think people get his humor. I do. You see, I'm in the bar, and we have a chandelier, and when our AC kicks in, it dims the light. It actually, I have it on a dimmer anyway. It's about goes out. And I don't have it real bright in here because I'm like a grandmother. And ladies, they tell you that the camera puts 10 pounds on you. It does not put 10 pounds on you. It puts 40. And I put another 30 in there. I stayed in a bed for 10 months. That was a lot of fun. So love you guys. I know if you see me, it's probably either a family member or a friend of mine, but thanks, and I appreciate all of you. Let's ask each other these questions. Let's make love out of this. Let's show them what it's like to be loved. Let's get out here. Let's pay more respects. Let's make sure that Charlie Kirk didn't die in vain. Let's make damn sure that boy did not die in vain. He never saw it coming. None of us thought he was in any danger. If we had even a second of thought that he was in danger, none of it would have happened. Nobody was prepared for this. This kid was well loved. So let's keep his name in our thoughts and our prayers. Let's keep his family in our thoughts and our prayers. I don't care if you're a Protestant, a Baptist, a Christian, a Catholic, and it doesn't matter. God is God. Just like humans are humans. If you got shot, you wouldn't be sitting there going, I don't want any Arabian blood or I don't want any female blood, what have you. No, you would be going, sure, because they're trying to save your fucking life. So if somebody can give blood to you to save your life, then it means that we are all the same. One more person says white supremacy, though, to me, they need to duck. Because I have a baseball bat with their name on it. And yes, they frown on that behavior too. So, of course, I wouldn't be able to hurt them much. A little bit. Keep us up here. If you see me and you have any thoughts about it, please put them in the comments because my chant's not going very well. I know there's a lot of us in shock and grief. If you see me and you have a way to forward it, give it to those. Have them and look at just at the idea of giving us a date sometime next week, a date in say a 3 or 4 hour window when we could all go on as a tribute to Charlie. I think that would be really, really great, and I think he would love that. And for those of you in Charlie's family and his friends and his loved ones, may God watch over all of you. May God help you get through this pain. But I promise you, and I'm not a great podcaster, I'm just a little old lady in Georgia, but I'm not going to forget Charlie Kirk. And I'm not going to stop talking about Charlie Kirk. What they did to that young man must make him a martyr, that his name and his mission will never, ever be forgotten. And it will go on. I make that promise to all of you. If it's just us T-wives out here, we won't let this stop. We will make sure that what he did and what he was trying to do is still being done. And on that note, I pray again for everyone, for all of us to get through this. And I also pray that maybe we could all get together on one day next week as a tribute, all of us podcasters. I would like to hear that we could do that. In the meantime, I love everybody. Can't believe how many of you I've got. I do love everybody. And I enjoy doing this. And I'm going to keep doing this, even though I was thinking about not doing it. But now it's a mission. Now it's a mission. It's not going to stand what they did. I will go on and others will as well. And Charlie will know. He will know that we love him and that he is still in our hearts and minds forever. He will not have died in vain. And on that note, guys, may God bless all of us and keep us safe. Amen.